And Brittany Rostelli's joining us, and another award winner. In fact, how about this one for some bragging rights, Brittany? People can use auto delivery on a lot of our food here at QVC. They can do it on nuts and desserts and all sorts of great treats, a lot of proteins as well. What's the #1 most reordered food that we have? It is Egg Harbor Faroe Island Premium Salmon Filets. The one you're seeing right now. Are you on auto delivery? 1-800-395-1601. I'm on auto delivery. I'll be the first caller. Consistency, knowing your source, perfect every time, and not fishy, but true. There's a difference between salmon and Faroe Island salmon.
Absolutely, and the location really says it all and why this particular salmon is so special.
Yeah.
The Faroe Islands are located just north of Scotland in an absolutely beautiful, pristine body of water. And the salmon are out there in the open ocean between the fjords and sounds, where there's a very strong Arctic current that flows through, keeping the salmon really cold. The water's really cold, and then of course the water's very clean. So then the salmon are pulled out of the water and they are individually packaged and blast frozen right there in the Faroe Islands.
Wow.
So that locks in all of the flavor, all of the freshness, and you are the very first person to defrost this, unlike the grocery store.
And I didn't know that. I didn't know that, that some other fish can be frozen, thawed, frozen like a number of times.
Many times,
Many
absolutely.
times. Not the case here. So the freshness is locked in as if you were in the Faroe Islands for 5 minutes of $21 and change. Also, let's just give a little bragging rights to some surf and turf. Like you want a surf and turf meal different. Instead of lobster, right, and a filet, go Rostelli filet and this salmon. But the other thing about this is it becomes a little black dress of food. There's a million things you can do with it.
Exactly. Salmon is so versatile. I mean, people eat it because it's high in omega-3s, high in omega-6s, high in protein. But a lot of people only eat it for those reasons, and they're not enjoying the journey of the actual salmon. This one, like you said, Rick, it can be used in almost any dish. I mean, we made some tacos here. We're pan sauteing.
Yeah.
We could do surf and turf. We can stuff it with a crab cake, and the list just goes on and on.
I've said it to Tara Tesher many times. We get our Temptations dish out that we've had for 22 years or something like that.
Yes.
Put some tin foil in, put my salmon fillets in, put it at, sometimes I put it like 400, 375. For about 15 minutes, it's done perfectly every single time, and it's moist and tender and juicy and delicious every single time. It's also rich in omega-3s. It's a filling dish. It's something you can put over salad with pasta. You make instead of a tuna salad, this lovely woman makes a salmon salad. It's one of the most requested things that our viewers have gotten, right? They absolutely love it every time they see it.
They love it, and it's so easy to make. It's just, your play on your normal canned tuna fish salad. But instead of canned tuna fish, you're using a salmon that tastes delicious.
You'll never have tuna fish again.
No, it's definitely more mild in flavor. I've had so many people tell me, you know what, I don't love salmon. I've tried it, it's not for me, and then they try this one and their view has changed, which I'm so proud of.
You do the air fryer. Now, we're doing this for visuals and stuff, but you can pan sear that as well, can't you?
Absolutely, and I love to pan sear on like a Sunday. I have a glass of wine, 5 or 6 minutes on either side. I add the wine that I'm drinking, a little bit of capers, a little bit of cherry tomatoes.
Or I drink the wine that I'm adding.
One or the other.
One or the other.
One or the other.
So all 10 are coming your way. They're all going to be individually packaged as well. I think
they are, yes. They're all individually packaged, so you also don't have any waste, right? I mean, again, think about going to that seafood counter. They're wrapping it in that really pretty seafood paper.
If you're late on in the day and you forgot to thaw it out, put in some cold water for a very short period of time.
20 to 30 minutes.
20, 30
is
minutes.
All you
Thaws
need.
out, boom, you pop it wherever you want to, air fryer, in the pan, you name it. It'll be done, and it's done to perfection. So this is another little idea.
This is a little idea that I love to do when I want to elevate my dish. Think like crab imperial style stuffed fish. I take one of the Egg Harbor crab cakes, I cut it in half when it's still raw but defrosted, and then I just sort of stuff or top my Faroe Island salmon fillets with one of these. Surf and surf. Exactly. So this is one crab cake. Honestly, I could have probably used 3 pieces of fish. I just really wanted to generously stuff this for you. And then you put that into your oven for about 25 minutes.
So take this away?
Yep. And then it comes out with that beautiful
And there it
restaurant
is.
quality
How about
style item with only 2 ingredients. So if you already have a crab cake in your freezer that's also individually packaged and blast frozen, defrost it, and then you have that beautiful chef-driven quality dish, which is only 2 ingredients, maybe for the holidays, maybe you're celebrating, maybe it's New Year's, whatever the case may be. We celebrate a lot in my house. My kid gets a good
it's worth
grade.
celebrating.
We celebrate.
There is a theme that's going on here during this hour, and that's knowing your source with the Faroe Island. We took a journey with Ray earlier with today's special value, where the cattle's coming from. We took a journey earlier than that, where the chicken's coming from. So that source is important, the quality is important, the trust that you have in the brand is important. And so, would you go back to a restaurant 2 or 3 or 4 times if the quality of the food wasn't there? No. Who would do that?
Not at all.
This is the most reordered food that we have on QVC. More people are on auto delivery for the Faroe Island salmon from Egg Harbor than any other food brand. We got some great food brands on QVC. There must be a reason. From a day-to-day, a health story, a flavor story, a consistency story, and dare I say, an easy-to-make story as well, right?
It definitely is easy. In the summertime, the salmon goes on a piece of foil with maybe a little butter and lemon on top. Boom, dinner's ready. Weeknights, you know I love my air fryer, but even your broiler, your toaster oven, it really doesn't take any more than about 15 minutes on those methods either. The oven, maybe about 25 if you really want to cook it through. And that's, I think, another reason why the salmon is so popular is because it is something that can be eaten on that really well done, crusty side, have that great caramelization, or you can eat it rare.
Well, I'm not canceling. I'm going to keep my auto delivery going because I love having it coming. You can do that and keep that going every 60 days. Lock into it like the most reordered food item that we have on QVC. Brittany, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
We got more in the show. In fact, we've got some ham coming up. And
Well, there are 2 hams.
should I